Hurricane Milton has torn through Florida, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. More than 3 million homes and businesses have lost power, and St. Lucie County confirmed the deaths of 4 people due to tornadoes. The storm caused severe flooding, tornadoes, and devastating storm surges, heavily impacting infrastructure in cities like St. Petersburg and Tampa. St. Petersburg suffers severe damage. St. Petersburg, on Florida's west coast, has been one of the hardest-hit areas. A crane crashed into a newspaper building, and strong winds ripped off the roof of Tropicana Field, a Major League Baseball stadium. Overwhelmed emergency services are struggling, as local authorities cannot respond to calls in some areas due to dangerous conditions. The storm has also left residents without access to drinking water as its impact continues to worsen. Record rainfall and tornadoes cause chaos. The storm has dumped unprecedented amounts of rain on parts of Florida, with some regions experiencing once-in-a-thousand-year rainfall events. Tornadoes on Florida's east coast intensified the chaos, damaging homes and vehicles in areas like Palm Beach, where they hospitalized several people. Rescue operations have been challenging, with high winds and floods making it nearly impossible for emergency services to reach affected areas. Emergency services struggle amid storm surge. Emergency responders across Florida are working tirelessly to manage the fallout of Hurricane Milton. In Sarasota, officials report that high levels of storm surge are preventing emergency services from responding to over 1,400 calls. The situation remains dangerous, with emergency teams waiting for winds to die down before they can clear roads and assist those trapped in their homes. Authorities have warned residents to stay indoors and avoid the floodwaters, which may be contaminated. Tampa, initially spared the worst of the predicted storm surge, is now facing flooding as rivers rise and high tide approaches. Mayor Jane Castor warned that while the city avoided the worst of the surge, surrounding areas are still under threat. In nearby Plant City, 35 people were rescued from rising floodwaters, with warnings issued about the dangers of entering potentially toxic floodwaters. Hurricane Milton moves into the Atlantic. Hurricane Milton has now moved off the east coast of Florida and is heading into the Atlantic Ocean, though its impact on the state continues. More than 3 million people remain without power, and thousands of damaged homes will require extensive recovery efforts. Experts warn that the storm's aftermath will affect the region for weeks, as continued flooding and widespread infrastructure damage present long-term challenges.